We are
excited.
excited about the elaboration room.
I am excited about this.
Welcome to the Elaboration Room with Reverend Yo and Reverend Harris.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. We thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for talking about it, talking about these episodes. My goodness, we are over a year now of doing this, and we have been enjoying it. It is a great ride. The topics that God sends to us have been awesome, awesome, awesome. And so tonight we are talking about the qualities of a leader.
Yes.
Qualities of a leader, because we know that there's some folks out there leading.
Woo!
Be following.
Woo! Woo!
Some folks out there leading, and if they really looked around, they would see they were just out for a walk because they by themselves. So tonight I'm going to throw it right away into my sister's court for her to start us off.
Yeah, she threw me this hard one to get us kicking off, but hey, it is true. It is true. It is true. We're going to talk tonight about qualities of a good leader. Everybody that is in a leadership role should not be in a leadership role. And some people that are not in leadership roles should be in leadership role. That was strange.
What happened?
I got a pop-up, but we'll talk about it after.
Don't start freezing up on us. Don't.
So we're talking about leadership because we were having a discussion. Many of our shows come from our discussions and then us like, okay, Lord, is this what we were supposed to do? But it came about because we were talking about people who, the qualities of a good leader. Both of us have been under some great leaders. We've both been under leaders that were not so great. But it comes down to the point is, what are qualities of a good leader? So one of my qualities that I like to see, because I am a leader now, and one of the qualities that I really stand firm to is I don't ask my employees to do nothing I won't do.
Yes. Good.
So if my employees are doing certain things, I feel that I should be able to do those same things. If they're working long hours, I don't have to, but I feel I should be able to work long hours. If I'm asking them to mop floors, I should be able to mop floors. I'm asking them to clean toilets, I should be able to clean toilets. Whatever that our employees are doing, we should be able to pick up some of those same qualities. One of my favorite leaders in the Bible was Joshua after the death of Moses, when God told him that, he needed to get up and arise and he needed to take on his leadership role. I really enjoy the book of Joshua because it shows Joshua's competence as a leader to get the job done that he was assigned to do. And every time I read that story in Joshua, it just really makes me really sit back and look like, he was with Moses that whole time. He was Moses's right hand, and to know everything that he did for the leader while he was under the leader, he never tried to steal that person's place. It was basically following along. He wasn't mistreated. He learned. And I think good quality leaders, they teach people to be other leaders.
Yes.
So if you're a good leader, you're teaching your employees to become leaders. You should never be afraid of your employee having a more knowledge of something than you have, or a higher skill than something you have, because leaders train other leaders. That's what we do. We don't train people just to sit and listen and do what we say and, just talk crazy to us out of the box. We are leaders building other leaders. But then you have some of those reluctant leaders. And if we want to go to the biblical way of that, we can look at Jonah. Jonah was a reluctant leader. He did not want to do what he was told to do. He caused ruckus on the ship with the other people. It caused him to be swallowed by a whale, and it caused him to be spit back out.
Well, that was just the circumstances of him not wanting
not
to be
wanting to be
obedient to what
Uh-huh.
God was telling him to do.
Yeah, because God was giving him the order, which he was a leader, and God was giving him an order to do something that he didn't want to do, but he ended up having to do it anyway after going all the way around when all you had to do was do it in the first place. So as God is leading us and we're leading people and God is leading us to do things, we have to do what God is telling us to do. As leaders, we have to be careful as well, because we'll also reap what we sow. So we have to be careful as we are doing the things that we do. Jonah being that reluctant leader because God told him to do something for go to Nineveh and tell the people, he didn't want to do it. But as a leader, you've been given instructions to do, you have to do it.
But I also think that as a good leader, you got to have self-awareness.
Oh, yes,
You need
definitely.
to know what your strengths are and what your
Definitely.
weaknesses are. And you need to be able to have a mindset and have enough strength to seek feedback and to seek
Definitely.
out those in your, they may be those that are in your employ or that you are just over that may have the skills that are needed for a certain thing.
Definitely.
And so I feel like as a good leader, you need to be able to not have pride keep you from seeking that person to move forward with whatever it is you're working with.
Yeah. And you have to be careful as a leader as well, because if you're not being that leader that people want to follow, you're also
out for a stroll. You just out for a walk.
You're just walking by yourself, honey. You really are. You really are. I believe that as a leader, we have to have that humility to understand and know that being a leader does not put us above anyone. We are still working side by side in the trenches with our people, making sure that things are getting done the way they're supposed to do. As a leader, we are to teach, we are to train, but we're also to trust them in what we are required for them to do. We can't
micromanage.
Oh my God.
Girl, I so dislike being micromanaged.
Oh my, micromanaged leaders irk me to the core.
Be a good leader that has those communication skills where you can convey what you need and then let it go. Let that person, you have someone capable in that situation to do what you need. Let that person move, because apparently that's their gift. To move in. And you don't have to micromanage.
No. And you don't have to, if you're a good leader, you shouldn't be micromanaging, first of all, because if you hired somebody to do a job, let them do the job. If they're not doing the job according to the job that they're supposed to be doing, that's when you come in and step in and have your 2 to 4 cents say and even let people go. But to micromanage somebody is not leading them, that is controlling them. There's a difference between a controlled leader and a quality leader. A controlled leader has to have their hand in every little thing that's done. A quality leader allows people to work in the gifts that they have and allow them to make the goal, meet the goals that they set for themselves to get there. There's a difference between a controlled leader and a quality leader.
Yeah. And maybe another point I just want to throw in there is be a leader who has the courage to make those difficult decisions.
Yeah.
If you are a leader, a true leader, you're not there necessarily to be everybody's friend.
That's right.
And sometimes we have to make those difficult decisions to say, sorry, so-and-so, I'm going to let this one take the lead in this project.
Yeah.
I know you've been trying to get a project of your own, but sometimes that's not the way to go. So yeah, a quality leader can make those decisions.
Yeah, they have to. You have, as a leader, like I told my staff, matter of fact, I told my staff that this today. I said, when everybody likes you, it's a problem. Because somebody does not like what they have to do.
Right.
Period. Everybody doesn't. But as a leader, there's a boundary set between employee and leader. Period.
There
It
is.
is.
There's a line.
There is a line of a boundary between employee and a leader. And when I am here, I am a leader. We are doing this. This is how this goes. But one thing I always do is I always call my team to the table. I call them to the table. Let's go over this process and see what works for us and what does not work for us.
That's right.
Let's go over this procedure, see what works for us, what does not work for us. Instead of one person, oh, well, we're not doing this, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. I don't like this. No, what is best for the overall is how quality leaders work. And it's just, I've worked for some I've worked since I was 15 and a half years old. And in my 15 and a half years to my 50 plus years, I've had some leaders that I was like, Lord, why did you put me in here? But I always say the Lord, you learn something from everybody. The Lord gives you certain situations so he can teach you certain things.
Yes.
And when you learn those things, I always notice when I learn what I need to learn, he going to remove me or he removes somebody else. Because I've learned my lesson. And I just think the best leaders are the ones that teach, the ones that train, and the ones that trust. That's my thought on it.
And when we think about Jesus, the good leader doesn't show favoritism.
Nope.
The good leader will use whoever you are.
Yeah.
That's right. Whoever you are.
Because
give you a chance.
Yeah, because when you're looking at the challenges of the job, it doesn't matter what your role is. It matters how effective each or the other will get the job done.
That's it.
Because even though somebody may want to do this job and it may be a requirement or part of their job, somebody else may be better to lead that job.
That's it.
So sometimes you have to use, sometimes the low people are the best people.
That's it. Yes.
It's just that simple. The low people are the best people. We want to use all the ones that's known and famous. And it's not. Sometimes the ones
it's that quiet person that's been sitting in the corner. It's that quiet person that never speaks up.
Yep.
And little did you know the skill level that they had just for whatever the project is.
Yeah. It's
not always the one who's in the front and who's making themselves seen and love to hear their name called.
Yeah. Because sometimes the one that's always want to be seen and heard is the one's not doing the work. It's the ones behind the scene that's doing all the work. I'm just gonna say it.
That's it.
Many leaders don't do most of the work. Many leaders have the other team doing the work, but they take the credit for the work.
Yes, that's true. That is true. I've had
very much so.
I've had a principal or two that was their MO. And one principal, they were calling from downtown. They were so happy at how she was running things. And it turned out when she left and moved on, because they put her at another school, we found drawers of paperwork that was not completed, not sent in, work that was not done. But downtown, they thought that she was on it.
Yeah.
And instead of her enlisting help from the staff, it was a whole different picture.
Girl, you just literally mimicked something that I wanted to say, but you done already said it. Everything is not as good as it looks. It's just how it is. So quality leaders teach, they train, and they trust their people to do what they believe that they can do.
Yes. So we just thought that we would hit you real quick with a little something else to consider. Won't you please share your comments won't you please just type them in, just one sentence of what your thoughts are on this subject or any of the other topics that we have spoken about. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to text us individually. Share them online so that other people can put in their 2 cents, and let's get a conversation going.
Girl, some of them texts be cracking me up.
I'm like, why did you put it on? And I can't go and say, so-and-so said, and type it in the comments. Just
put it in the comments.
put it in the comments.
I do enjoy the personal text. Don't get me wrong, because it turns into a long conversation of back and forth, and then it ends up a phone call by the time we get.
That's what it ends up is a phone call.
I love it. But what you have to say about our show, it may prick somebody else to really say something that they want to say. So go ahead and put in the comments. We can handle it. We big girls. We can handle it.
That's it.
We can handle it.
So we hope that you have enjoyed our show, and take it away, sis.
And we want you to be brave, be strong, and be different. Ask, and it will be given unto you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened unto you. Believe in yourself and encourage yourself. But in all things, remember, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Peace and blessings, our brothers and sisters. And once again, thank you for joining us in the Elaboration Room with 2 Sisters of One.
Bye-bye.
The Elaboration Room with 2 Sisters of One. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode every Monday at 6 p.m.